So fragmented.
Welcome back to Fuss on the Bus. I'm here with Matthias Van Galen, another USC presidential candidate. And Matthias, you've also done the show before, so thanks for joining us again.
Senate.
Yeah. So why do you want to be USC president?
I think we have a great chance to empower students with the USC. I think that's not done to its full capacity right now. So that's kind of our focus in the whole platform, talking about careers, academics, finances, interests, and also the having many time components of people's lives.
Great, okay. So some students, not everyone knows you, and that's fine. Some students are just like, they look for who they want to believe in when they look at all the candidates. So why do students want to believe in you, or why should they believe in you?
Well, I've held positions in the past. I've been a senator twice, and in that time I've done several things with my positions. I've done the divestment motion, which means no students' money should be invested in genocide. And I've also done the Remembrance Day policy, which means you can actually leave classes to attend the ceremony, even if it's an exam. And I've also started the student seminar series, and now I bring forward the interest credit idea to the Senate.
Okay, and what's the interest credit? The
interest credit idea is pretty much that one of your electives can be transformed into a pass-fail, so everything above 65% would be pass, and everything below 65 would be fail. This lets students have a lot more freedom in the classes they take. So for a science student who wants to go to medical school, they can actually take that language credit.
Great. Well, more information about Matthias' platform can be found in the sidebar. And thank you very much for joining us on the show.
No problem.
The next USC presidential candidate that we're going to have right now, sitting beside me, is Jeff Rutledge. Welcome to the show, Jeff. You haven't been on the show before.
I haven't had a chance.
So this is your debut.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So welcome. So why should you be the USC president?
Well, I think there's a lot of reasons why I should be the USC president, but I think the main reason is that I want to introduce a lot of different ideas that will actually connect students. My whole idea is Western Outlook community. I want to make sure that students have the opportunity to connect with each other. Maybe not through the USC, but just independently. I think that's a really important thing here at Western.
Great. And if there was one thing that you could have on your platform, only one thing, what would it be?
I think it would have to be the Purple Hub. It's an idea that I've worked pretty hard on. It's something that I know can work. It works at other universities, and we need to take the opportunity to make sure that when students need to access information about varsity sports, about academics, about what the USC is doing, that they can go to one site, they can get the information, they can even check out what's going on CHRW.
Great. And if you could leave the viewers with one special thing that they don't know about you because you haven't been on the show before.
Yeah. Actually, one thing is that I was one of the first 15-year-old ski instructors in all of Ontario, so that was a pretty big victory for me. But it was
great. Well, thank you, Jeff, for joining us. For more information about Jeff's platform and the Big Purple Hub, you can find that on the sidebar as well. Thank you for joining us on the show.
Thank you very much.
And best of luck. And our next guest is going to be USC candidate Marshall Goldfarb. Welcome to the show, Marshall.
How's it going?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
So Marshall, again, debut to Fuss on the Bus. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
So why should you be USC president?
Well, I'm the everyday student. I'm the guy that's been connecting with students in the past couple of years, and I really want to close the gap. It's a big common theme, but I'm really closing the gap and letting people know that the USC is for them, and the USC is here for everyone.
Okay. If you approach a student and they ask you, why should I believe in you? What type of answer would you get?
Well, we really have a strong platform. Our platform really appeals to everyone, and not just people that really want to get involved with the USC, but people who maybe just want to study or maybe just want to do their own thing. We have something for everyone in our platform.
Okay. And if you could only have one thing on your platform, what would it be?
Our big thing in our platform is our meals for free. It's if you go to Center Spot or if you go to the other eaters on campus, you get a sandwich, a water, and maybe a cookie, and it's going to cost you $10 or over $10. So we can do it for $3. And how that's possible is you can do it by yourself at home by going to Loblaws and purchasing all this stuff. We're going to do the same thing and pass the savings on to students.
Great. Well, thank you for joining us on the show. For more information about Marshall's platform, you can find it on the sidebar. And thanks for coming to Fuss on the Bus. Okay, and our final USC candidate on the show right now. Oh, no, not the final one. Our next one is USC candidate Mike Tithicott. Welcome to the show, Mike. You were on the first show.
Yes, I was.
So, right around here, we felt the curve. So why should you be the USC president?
Well, I love Western. I've loved it for the past 3 years that I've been here, and I really, really love what the USC does and what it can do. That being said, I've seen a lot of weaknesses that the USC has, and I do believe that the biggest strength we have is to overcome our weaknesses and honestly accept them. As well, I really believe that my platform is feasible, and I have the vision and the focus to make next year the best Western student experience that we've ever had.
Okay. And if you could only have one thing on your platform, what would it be?
Currently, I would say the laptop rental, because as I've been talking to students and talking to everyone on campus, they've all been stressing the fact that if your laptop breaks down, you have nothing to do for 2 to 3 weeks while you're waiting for that period. And like I said, I want to make life easier for students, and that is one of the biggest things that I think would help students in this digital age is having the ability netbooks whenever you need them.
Great. Okay, and if one fact that you want to leave the audience with about yourself?
One fact? Well, I've already said this, but I used to be a competitive figure skater.
Great. Well, more information about Mike and his platform can be found on the sidebar. Thank you for joining me on the show. We're just going to send it to a quick segment asking students what they look for when they are electing their USC president. So I'm here asking students what influences their vote when they're choosing who to elect for their USC president. So I'm here with Helen and Sylvia. So what influences your vote when you're choosing who you want to represent you on the USC?
Okay, usually I would be more motivated to vote for a president who would present the best videos because they're more interesting to watch. Yeah, pretty much that.
Me, it doesn't really matter as long as it's compatible with what I'm looking for. Like something different that they're offering. Basically, I'm looking for what they're offering and like what kind of changes they're bringing to this new year.
And sometimes they have really cool ideas. Like they have like fundraisers, or they would do some fun things like games and things like that. They take funny pictures, and that's really cool.
Do you look more for policy and like changes for the way that the USC governs, or do you look more for like events, like new things? That are
I think I look at events now.
Events,
yeah,
yeah,
because that's what really creates the whole Western spirit.
Yeah.
Cool. And yourself, what do you think of when you?
Events more, but policies as well. As you can see, last year we had this huge issue about the LTC card. So policies do matter, even though we don't like it so much. We should kind of go over it. So it does concern me, but I do look for events.
Perfect. Well, thanks for joining me on the show. If you guys have input, send it to fussbus@gmail.com, and we're going to go back to the bus to interview Matt Hyland, the last USC presidential candidate. So welcome back to Fuss on the Bus. I'm joined with USC candidate Matt Hyland. Welcome to the show, Matt. You haven't been on before.
No, I'm not.
This is your debut. So we're asking students, what if you could only have one thing on your platform, what would it be, and why should you be the USC president? So why? Why you?
Why me? If I could only have one thing on my platform, it would be turning around this $1 million deficit the USC is facing right now. It's been a rough last 6 months, but I think without turning that around, it would be very tough for the USC to continue its level of programming and services that it provides to students.
Okay, and why you? Why should you be the USC president?
Well, if that's the most pertinent goal for the USC right now, I've got the background, I've got lots of experience in finance, and a long record of service on the USC and university governance and the Senate. So I guess all that experience combined, I think makes me the best candidate.
Great. And if you could name one thing that the viewers at home don't know about you, what's like an interesting fact that not even the Gazette knows about you? Your favorite sport or something like that?
I don't know. I guess I'm a huge Detroit Tigers fan.
Oh, okay.
Grew up in London, Ontario, short drive to Detroit. Used to go to games as a kid. Baseball fan. They got kind of a raw deal at the end of the year last year, not making the playoffs, but yeah, they're my favorite team. Follow them all through the summer baseball season, and hopefully we'll do better this year. Go Tigers.
Cool. So to learn more about Matt Hyland, you can check his website out in the sidebar. And thank you for everyone who's watched Fuss on the Bus, and thanks to all the presidential candidates, for Matt, to Matthias, to Mike, to Jeff, to Ray, and to Marshall. So thank you very much for everyone who's joined us. If you have any questions or want to get involved with Fuss on the Bus, email me at fussbus@gmail.com. Also, we just got Twitter, so you can follow us at twitter.com/fussbus. And thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time here on Fuss on the Bus.